What do you mean you're all out of buffalo sauce? How is a guy supposed to feel something eating plain old chicken nuggets? Oh hey guys, didn't see you there. Today we're gonna be breaking down a power control match on Vespera Row from our favorite queen, Zaina. How exciting!
Yeah, I know!
Zaina, in my humblest of opinions, is one of the best power control hunters out there. Save maybe a Skora, Reeve, or obviously the tanks that love to camp be the whole game. I'm looking at you. Lot Lizard. She is also great on dynamic control, but Zaina does a lot for her team during power control if you utilize her right. You know, buy her some flowers every now and then. Maybe treat her to a spa day with the girlies on special occasions. Stuff I never did and still regret to this day. I want to preface this by saying that these tips can apply to any game mode, as I will go over my strategies going against certain hunters as well. Enjoy. Oh sorry, little buddy got a bit too excited there. First off, I'm going to go through each and every one of Zaina's abilities in detail, just to serve as a good basis if you haven't played Zaina that much so far. I will include timestamps in the description if you want to skip to the gameplay portion. Or you can stay here and keep listening to my buttery smooth. You won't make it 5 seconds playing this game. Silky velvet voice, then feel free. Mama don't bite. No, I don't want your crappy sweet and sour sauce. What am I? Bipolar? Who comes up with these sauce combinations anyway? Just put the fries in the bag, little bro. Look at me, using the TikTok's lingos. I'm so chill. Zaina is equipped with a DL-44 blaster, which is capable of high damage output with a medium rate of fire. A body shot will deal 30 HP, while a headshot deals 60 HP. It is extremely important you are always aiming for the face when you shoot your load. Otherwise, you are missing out on an extra 30 HP, which could mean life or death in some instances. Zaina's passive ability is Combat Medic, which allows a greater healing pool when using your back-to-bomb on allies who are at critical health. So a back-to-bomb at ability level 5 gives 104 HP healing at critical compared to the normal 90 HP cap. I'm gonna throw up a dandy little chart here that I totally didn't steal from the IGN website, because plagiarism is not my kind of forte. Just ask Getty Images. This gives more detail on the percentages for each ability unlock for Zaina. It is important to note that a level 6 back-to-bomb ability will also grant allies and yourself hit by it a 10% damage reduction bonus from incoming attacks for a 2-second duration as well. So using her bomb on allies during a firefight is very important for health restoration and to tank incoming damage. Zaina is the only hunter to have a dodge roll as one of her abilities, which allows her to be temporarily vulnerable from enemy attacks such as blaster fire during the roll, along with avoiding enemy abilities such as Sentinel's knockdown shot. She gets 2 dodges to start, which you can either simultaneously use them both back to back, or use one at a time, but each dodge has a recharge time of 4 seconds each, so use them sparingly as well. And a little knowledge check in case you didn't know, but each roll also automatically vents her weapon, so if your blaster is about to overheat, you can smash a fruit roll up to save some time compared to manually venting your weapon. A bit more lore for Zaina is when you reach ability level 5, after each roll she performs, she will briefly get a plus 15% increase in blaster damage for 1.5 seconds, which increases to a 2-second duration at level 6. It is paramount to aim for headshots after each roll at that level, as you will be putting max damage down on your enemy. Wow, look at me using fancy terminology. Paramount. Yeah, take that, mom. Who needs college after all? And finally, for her ultimate ability, Rallying Cry, Zaina puts down a flag which gives a temporary health boost of 275 HP to every nearby ally. The radius is quite big compared to the back-to-bomb. And you can even heal other teammates who are above you on a rooftop, or even below you, I've noticed. Alright, enough simping, let's get into some gameplay now, shall we?
That's what we've been waiting for!
It's what we wanted all along!
I hope you have an extra pair of trousers laying around, because golly gee, you're gonna need it after this.
Well, I'll be damned. I slacked off for too long trying to make this video. The voice preset I use on this site changed up on me. I now sound like butthole Anakin Skywalkers from the Clone Wars anime series. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Matt Lanter, but this is ridiculous. We don't have Matt Lanter money. I'm too lazy to go back and record all the lines again, so let's continue. I'm going to do a walkthrough of this match, explaining my thought process and what mistakes to avoid. Now listen closely, because what I'm about to share with you is top shelf information I don't hand out to just anyone. And god damn it, I mean anyone. Are you ready? Leave a like and subscribe if you're actually ready. I'm not messing around here. All right, here we go. So you want to make sure you select the right sticker emoji before the game starts. This is very important, as it determines the vibes and cooperation from your teammates during the match. So me personally, a little hard hands goes a long way to receiving a victory, so choose wisely. On this map, I always like to go to the right side rooftop zone, as you can sometimes see if an enemy is using the jump pad through the door across the way before the stairs. So you're expecting to face them when they get to the top. Oh wow, would you look at that? Our first contestant is a sentinel. What a rare sight indeed. My strategy against sentinels is bunny hopping and strafing so that it's hard for them to hit me with their knockdown shot, allowing me to stay alive longer. It's also important to use any cover in your surroundings to your advantage. As you saw, I briefly ducked behind the statue by the zone, allowing me to recover and peek back out when I have to. When I'm in close quarters with a sentinel, I am again bunny hopping around them and trying to get behind them with their shield up. When a sentinel has a shield up, their mobility is greatly hindered, which is perfect for Zaina to get cheeky headshots while the sentinel is trying to rotate around her. In this scenario, I am using my teammate to tag team him. The sentinel is focus firing my Utuni in front of me, allowing me to get my damage in from behind. The sentinel has to choose who he can target, leaving him vulnerable to different angles. Just think of it kind of like a spit roast with the boys. You know, the one where you have the pig spinning on a stick around a campfire. My sponsor said I can only use one innuendo per video, so let's keep it trucking before I get too excited. The top middle bridge connecting the A and C zones is a great angle to shoot at enemies down below to help your team out, and also get your bearings for who might be coming up to you. I am basically stalling time since we have both A and C scoring points, so there is no need to rush into a triple cap when you can score with the two. Here I overestimate the enemy Utuni. He's using the forbidden jump strategies to make it hard for me to get my shots in, while dealing high DPS to me with his taser gun. It is always good to keep track of your enemies during the respawn screen to determine where they're heading to get a jump on them. Or in this case, to avoid the Utuni who just pulled out their ultimate. Here I try to fight for B with my teammate, and then put down my ultimate to try and keep them alive. But unfortunately, the Skora uses her ability to basically cancel mine out, so I know it's a losing battle and leave while I can. We are now in a 2-cap position, which means holding A and C would be most beneficial at this time. Make sure to keep your tanks healed, as they will buy you more time to get captures and also defend. In any team game, you want to use your numbers as a squad to overwhelm your enemy. We have good momentum right now, as our enemies are on split spawns, which mean that we only have to deal with a couple hunters at a time instead of the whole squad. Again, using our numbers to our advantage. Here I see their whole squad spawning by C, and try to capture it, and I am too late to try and contest, so I will hop down to B. But be aware that they will soon follow me here. Always try to predict where your enemy is heading next. We are quickly overrun at B, so I will reroute to C. Know when to fight for a hill and when to give it up. Spending too much time fighting for a hill while the enemy is scoring is no bueno. We have a solid D on C, so I will keep supporting my team there. This point of the match is me going back and forth between A and C to make sure we keep scoring. I made an oopsie here, not using my dodge roll to not get hit by that big boulder.
It's not just a boulder, it's a rock.
How many times is this guy going to use SpongeBob memes in his videos? As long as the sun is still yellow, my square friend.
Air. The sun is actually white, not yellow.
Who the fuck is this guy? And I don't remember asking Buddy.
You're still in our drive-thru.
So as you can see, we are in a bit of a pickle here like the one they put in my burger, even though I asked for no pickles, so we will be trying to get out of this triple cap. Remember when playing Zaina that you are a support hunter, so trying to take on an enemy on your own, and especially a tank, is not always helpful. You aren't supposed to slay out, but to play selfless and heal your team, and you can't really do that if you're not close to them. Even though we are down a significant amount of points, you never want to give up because comebacks on this mode are very possible and the turns can tide at any moment. With Zaina, if there is a group of enemies, I want to focus first on shooting their healer, such as a Skora or another Zaina to get them off the board. Next, I will target their damage hunter, such as a Reeve, Utuni, or Diago, as I will have an easier time try to kill them than focusing on a tank. We are keeping the pressure up as much as we can, forcing the enemy to play as fast as we are in capturing the zones. If they get into another 2-cap and hold, then we lose the game, simple as that. Be aware of your surroundings, of where your team is and possibly where the enemies are, so you aren't caught off guard. I see they are putting most of their resources into AA, so I will go down to B. If my chaos didn't come to help me against the Graz, I would have been Denizo. Little buddy thinks he can 1v2 us and not help out his team capture points, so we'll use that to our advantage. As soon as they captured the top AA zone, I knew they would go for B. And this last play is very important to finish out your games. I had to hop down on a B and contest it, allowing our 2-zone score to continue while the enemy has to still fight to gain control of B. This play saves the game as it allows us to finish out the points, while the enemy doesn't have enough time to kill us. And there you have it, a close victory royale. Would you like a glass of water with that choke? Nah, in reality, my team went crazy towards the end with their kills. And that's how it has to be sometimes. You all have a specific role to play, so play it to your team's advantage. Hope you all enjoyed this breakdown and learned something new. If you have any tips for how you play Zaina, please drop it in the comments below. Have an amazing rest of your day as always.
Can you please exit the drive-thru now, sir? We have a line of people waiting, and we've given you everything you wanted.
Is this how you treat your paying customers? I want to speak to your manager right now. You just flipped your last patty, my good man.
Now no the fuck you ain't. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to step out of the vehicle for me.
Oh please, not again. I can't go back. She told me she was 18, I swear.